9 people have been arrested at the Dakota Access Pipeline protest site. The Standing Rock Sioux tribe asked protesters to leave the area back in December as they challenged the pipeline plans in court, but there still remain about 300 protesters and demonstrators. There was a deadline issued, and the deadline was to expire today for all protesters to clear out of the camps protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline. About 100 people voluntarily marched away, and there's a lot of video online, a lot of live streams where you can see the protesters leaving the campsite. We've been following this. This has been an independent media. This has been covered primarily by independent media. In fact, most of the nation didn't know about this until Democracy Now! Showed up some months ago. But the water protectors and the protesters have been there for a long time, fighting on behalf of the tribes there, of the people there who just simply want to protect their water from this pipeline. Republican Governor Doug Burgum and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, they set a 2 p.m. deadline today. As some left, they burned their tents, either in protest or they burned their tents because the tents had been frozen. And there's some tradition that this is done when leaving a dwelling place. President Trump signed an executive order clearing the way for the $3.8 billion pipeline to proceed, as opposed to President Obama, who sought to find a different route for the pipeline. But here we are, and it looks like the pipeline is going to move forward. The crackdown that is happening now as we speak, we've seen footage of a journalist being, it's hard to say anything but assaulted by the police. And the level of harassment that has gone on, and not just harassment, but just it has been draconian from the beginning. In sub-zero temperatures, in the height of winter, they opened up water hoses and began firing water hoses on the people. And so now we're at the point that the camp is being evacuated because, and the justification of it is because the campground is on flood grounds, and there's a threat of flooding, and not to mention that the Standing Rock Sioux have asked for the evacuation. And so here we are. So there's a lot of video, a lot of footage coming out of it. We definitely don't have the whole story yet because it's ongoing right now. And so we'll keep our eye on it and see how this progresses and where it goes from here. The protests will continue in some form because they have been there for a very long time, fighting this fight. And there's been a lot of solidarity around the country standing with them.